1. Is this indie band real or AI generated? The Velvet Sundown mystery. 2. Indie band's AI hoax exposed, the Velvet Sundown story. 3. AI music takes center stage, the Velvet Sundown reveals their secret. 1. Is this indie band real or AI generated? The Velvet Sundown mystery. Imagine a world where an indie band suddenly skyrockets to fame on Spotify, yet there's a cloud of uncertainty surrounding their authenticity. This is the intriguing case of the Velvet Sundown, a psych rock group that has captivated over 850,000 listeners in just a few weeks, stirring up quite a conversation in the music industry. But the big question remains, is this band for real, or is it a product of artificial intelligence? The Velvet Sundown, which claims to be on a mission to save modern rock as stated on their Instagram, has left even seasoned music professionals scratching their heads. The visuals they present appear to be generated by AI, leading to skepticism about the true nature of their music. The sound itself? That's a more complex issue. Rick Beato, a well-known music producer with a substantial following on YouTube, pointed out what he refers to as artifacts in one of the band's tracks, particularly in the guitar and keyboard segments. He suggested that these artifacts could be a telltale sign of AI involvement in the song's creation. In a YouTube video, Beato expressed his concerns, stating, "This is having a lot of problems, and I suspect that it may be because this is an AI track." He elaborated that AI-generated songs often come with these peculiar artifacts, which can detract from the listening experience. Regardless of whether the Velvet Sundown is a genuine band, a clever ruse, or something in between, their rise to fame raises significant questions about the future of art, culture, and authenticity in an age dominated by advanced generative AI. Major tech platforms are already inundated with AI-generated content, and AI influencers are becoming a common sight on social media. The Velvet Sundown seems to have made its debut in June, as indicated by their social media activity. On Spotify, they proudly display a verified artist badge, which lends them a degree of credibility. On X, they teased an upcoming album titled Paper Sun Rebellion while addressing the swirling doubts about their origins. In addition to their rapid release of songs, the eerily lifelike promotional images of the band members have fueled speculation about the use of AI in their marketing strategy. In a video promoting their forthcoming album, the band responded to claims of being not real by stating, "You believe the lie, and dance to it anyway." They further challenged their critics with a post that read, "They said we're not real. Maybe you aren't either." According to their Spotify bio, the Velvet Sundown consists of 4 members, vocalist Gabe Farrow, guitarist Lenny West, Milo Raines, who is responsible for the band's intricate synth sounds, and percussionist Orion Rio Del March. Farrow is also said to play the mellotron, an electromechanical instrument that produces recorded sounds when its keys are pressed. Their Spotify bio describes their music as something that envelopes the listener. There's something quietly spellbinding about the Velvet Sundown. You don't just listen to them, you drift into them. Their music doesn't shout for your attention, it seeps in slowly, like a scent that suddenly takes you back somewhere you didn't expect. However, the questions surrounding the band's authenticity became even murkier when other social media accounts claiming to represent them began denying allegations of using AI-generated images or music. A person who spoke to Rolling Stone and claimed to be affiliated with the band referred to it as an art hoax, only to later confess in a Medium post that his representation was itself a fabrication. The Velvet Sundown clarified that this individual has no connection to them, stating, "He does not represent us, speak for us, or have any connection to this project," in a message to NBC News via Instagram. Recently, the band's social media accounts announced that someone is trying to hijack the identity of the Velvet Sundown by releasing unauthorized interviews, publishing unrelated photos, and creating fake profiles claiming to represent us. The rapid ascent of the Velvet Sundown underscores the modern challenges posed by AI and the complexities of discerning what is genuine in the digital age. A study by Google researchers revealed a significant increase in AI-generated image misinformation online since 2023. Additionally, a Consumer Reports investigation found that leading AI voice cloning software lacks adequate safeguards to prevent unauthorized impersonation. Interestingly, the music streaming service Deezer, which employs its own technology to identify AI-generated content, has classified 100% of the Velvet Sundown's tracks as AI-created. Deezer ensures that such content is labeled on its platform, preventing AI-generated music from appearing in recommended playlists and maximizing royalties for human artists. Alexis Lanternier, CEO of Deezer, remarked, "AI-generated music and AI bands may generate some value to the user, so we still want to display that. We just want to make sure that the remuneration is taken in a different way." Each week, approximately 18% of the tracks uploaded to Deezer, around 180,000 songs, are flagged as AI-generated, a figure that has tripled over the past 2 years, according to Lanternier. Both Suno and Udio, generative AI music creation platforms, have refrained from confirming whether the Velvet Sundown's music was produced using their software. Mikey Schulman, CEO and co-founder of Suno, expressed concern that the focus on whether something is AI-generated overshadows the more important question: how did it make you feel? How many people liked it? Suno's rights and ownership policy states that songs created by users on higher-tier plans are covered by a commercial use license, allowing them to monetize and distribute their music on platforms like Spotify without needing to credit Suno. Schulman noted, "There are Grammy winners who use Suno every day in their production." In a notable development, Grammy Award-winning producer Timbaland recently introduced an AI artist named Tata through his new entertainment venture, Stage Zero. He clarified that Tata, who has produced a catalog of AI-generated music via Suno, is neither an avatar nor a character. Last year, Suno and Udio were among 2 AI companies sued by major record labels, including Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group, for allegedly infringing on the label's recording copyrights to train their music-generating models. However, after nearly a year of legal disputes, the music labels have begun discussions to establish a licensing agreement that would allow Suno and Udio to use copyrighted recordings while compensating the artists involved. This trend has raised concerns among artists like Christian Hieronymus, a member of the band Velvet Meadow, not to be confused with the viral sensation the Velvet Sundown. Hieronymus expressed his frustration, stating, "I've been working for, 6 years just constantly releasing music, working my day job. It is kind of disheartening just seeing an AI band, and then, in, 2 weeks, have, 500,000 monthly listeners." The encroachment of generative AI into the music industry and other creative fields has sparked backlash from those worried about the devaluation of human artistry, especially since many AI developers have been known to scrape data from the internet without the consent of the original creators. Beyond the ethical implications of AI's impact on human labor, there are concerns about the proliferation of low-quality AI-generated content as these tools become increasingly adept at mimicking voices, producing full-length songs, and creating visuals from text prompts. Hieronymus noted that there are striking similarities between his band, Velvet Meadow, and the Velvet Sundown, beyond just their names. He pointed out that one of the members featured in the Velvet Sundown's Spotify photo bears a resemblance to him from his long-haired days. Both bands also share a similar genre, although Hieronymus described the Velvet Sundown's music as soulless. Schulman from Suno remarked that much of the music available on streaming platforms is already algorithmically driven. He added, "People don't realize just how depersonalized music has become and how little connection the average person has with the artist behind the music. It's a failure of imagination to think that in the future, it can't be a lot better." Conversely, Lanternier of Deezer argued that as AI technology continues to advance, streaming platforms must also strive to ensure that artists receive fair royalties to sustain their careers. He stated, "People are not only interested in the sound. They are interested in the whole story of an artist, in the whole brand of an artist. We believe that what is right to do is to support the real artist, so that they continue to create music that people love." This situation raises important questions about the future of music and the role of AI in creative expression. What do you think? Are you excited about the possibilities of AI in music, or do you believe it undermines the authenticity of artistic creation? Share your thoughts in the comments. 2. Indie band's AI hoax exposed, the Velvet Sundown story. Here's a bombshell that's shaking the music world. An indie band called the Velvet Sundown initially denied claims that their music was AI-generated, only to later admit it was exactly that. But here's where it gets controversial. They now claim it's all part of an artistic provocation to challenge the boundaries of creativity in the age of AI. Sounds like a wild ride, right? Let's break it down. Last week, the Velvet Sundown made headlines when they vehemently refused to acknowledge that their music was a patchwork of AI-generated content. Fast forward to now, and their Spotify bio has been updated to describe the project as a synthetic music endeavor and an ongoing experiment to blur the lines between human and machine creativity. Talk about a 180-degree turn. And this is the part most people miss: the drama didn't stop there. Rolling Stone interviewed a man claiming to be the band's spokesperson, Andrew Freeland, who later turned out to be an imposter. He labeled the entire project as marketing and a trolling art hoax. But just when you thought the story couldn't get any stranger, another account allegedly tied to the band distanced itself from Freeland's statements, stating they had no connection to him. Confusing? Absolutely. Let's be honest, it wasn't hard to spot the AI fingerprints. From the obviously AI-generated images on their Instagram to the generic, algorithm-crafted lyrics, the signs were everywhere. So, when the band's social media channels recently declared they're a mirror reflecting the fusion of human and machine, it felt more like a confirmation than a revelation. But here's the bigger question: will this viral stunt spark a meaningful conversation about AI's role in music? Or is it just a flashy distraction? Here's the controversial take: while the Velvet Sundown claims to be pushing artistic boundaries, they've inadvertently exposed a harsh reality. AI-generated content can rack up nearly 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, while countless human artists struggle for even a fraction of that recognition. Is this the future of music, or a stark reminder of its inequities? What do you think? Is the Velvet Sundown a genius experiment or a problematic gimmick? Let's debate it in the comments. I'm all ears. 3. AI music takes center stage. The Velvet Sundown reveals their secret. Imagine a band that's not quite human, not entirely machine, and leaves everyone questioning everything they thought they knew about music. That's the provocative world of the Velvet Sundown, an AI-generated band that has officially confirmed its artificial origins and declared itself as much more than just music. This revelation comes with a twist. It's not just here to entertain but to challenge how we think about creativity, identity, and the future of art in the age of AI. In a recent update to their Spotify bio, the Velvet Sundown, which now boasts over 900,000 monthly listeners on the platform, openly admitted what many had suspected all along: their music is crafted using artificial intelligence. Their updated bio reads, "The Velvet Sundown is a synthetic music project guided by human creative direction, composed, voiced, and visualized with the support of artificial intelligence." They go even further, describing themselves as an ongoing artistic provocation designed to challenge the boundaries of authorship, identity, and the future of music itself in the age of AI. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a bold commentary on the evolution of music? Or is it just another example of technology overshadowing human artistry? And this is the part most people miss. The Velvet Sundown isn't just about creating songs, it's about sparking a conversation. Are we ready for a world where machines play a central role in shaping culture? What does it mean for artists, fans, and the industry as a whole? The band first captured attention seemingly out of nowhere back in June, quickly finding their way onto popular Spotify playlists. Their meteoric rise sparked widespread media coverage, though not all of it was straightforward. In a bizarre twist, someone claiming to be Andrew Freeland emerged as a self-proclaimed spokesperson for the group, engaging with journalists and even conducting interviews, including one with Rolling Stone. However, it turned out to be an elaborate hoax. Freeland later revealed on Medium that his actions were part of an experiment to test the gullibility of the media, stating that he impersonated the band online to see how far he could go without being questioned. Adding to the intrigue, the Velvet Sundown's Spotify bio includes a disclaimer that reads, "All characters, stories, music, voices, and lyrics are original creations generated with the assistance of artificial intelligence tools employed as creative instruments." They emphasize that any resemblance to real people, places, or events is purely coincidental and unintentional. The statement concludes with a poetic flourish, "Not quite human. Not quite machine." The Velvet Sundown lives somewhere in between. So why has this AI band gained so much traction on Spotify? According to Glenn McDonald, a former data alchemist at the company, the answer may lie in the platform's growing reliance on algorithms to curate playlists. He explained to Rolling Stone earlier this week that Spotify has increasingly shifted away from human-driven playlist selections, instead favoring automated systems that recommend songs based on specific audio characteristics. Combine this with the fact that Spotify allows payments to boost playlist placement, and you have a recipe for viral success, especially for projects like the Velvet Sundown, which thrive on novelty and intrigue. As we grapple with these developments, it's worth asking, where do we draw the line between innovation and tradition in music? Does the rise of AI-generated content enrich our cultural landscape, or does it risk erasing the unique voices that make art so personal and meaningful? What do you think? Is the Velvet Sundown a groundbreaking experiment or a step too far into uncharted territory? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive deeper into this fascinating debate together.